Hey, good morning out there. This is Tony Wrubleski, bestselling author and co-creator of the Mind Capture Author and Speaker Club. This month's topic is writing. So for the month of June, as a casual Monday morning here, I thought I'd shoot a quick video with what I call 5 quick tips that Kelsey Sanders and I came up with. How do you write a book? Where do you start? I get this all the time. As a matter of fact, I have a phone call this afternoon with someone out of Jacksonville, Florida that wants to write a book. So this training is perfectly timed. It's the same advice I will give her. Number 1, figure out what you want to write about. Are you going to write about something in your area of expertise? A life story? Is it going to be a work of fiction, something you've had in your mind for several years? But you have to have a starting point to set the vision. Number 2, figure out who the target audience is. Is this for people in your industry? Is it to attract potential clients? Is it a work of fiction where you're trying to draw in science fiction, for example, audience or readers? Are you trying to draw in fantasy as far as romance? There's a lot of different ways, but unless you have the vision and you figure out who you're writing for, it makes it much harder to hone in on the creative process. Number 3, do research on who else has written books in the genre you're going to write in. Stephen King, in his classic book called On Writing, which I've read many times, says, great writers are great readers. Let me repeat that. Great writers are great readers. So I do a lot of nonfiction business writing. So guess what? I probably read on my bookshelf. There's several books over there by my guitars. I know it's a little hard to see. I have tons of books here in the office over there, on the walls. They're all in my area, which is primarily marketing and communication. So long before I wrote the first Mind Capture, I was reading different authors in my genre, going to their events. This was before YouTube. Yes, I'm old. Okay. But I had to get a flavor and a feel for what realm I was going to step into to contribute my ideas on the topic. All right, number 4. This is a big one. A big reason why you're part of this program is to find an accountability partner. Yes, if you tell someone you're going to get something done, there's a high chance they're going to hold you accountable. What I did for my first Mind Capture book many, many years ago is I told several people, hey, I'm writing a book. And eventually what happened is many of them came to me and said, hey, how's your book coming? And after a while of me giving them excuses, aka procrastination, I said, you know what? I'm going to get this darn book done because I'm sick of them asking about it. So whatever means necessary, but it's a lot easier now, especially with resources such as this group, to find someone to hold you accountable and to set a deadline. And finally, number 5, just write. Set up blocks of time where you write. I prefer, if you look at my desk here, to hand write out the current book I'm working on. I can flow faster with a pen and a notebook. But again, make time to write, set the deadline, have an accountability partner. And many of these tips, when you combine them in tandem, give you a much better chance of getting your book done, getting it done in a reasonable time frame, and more importantly, having the joy of completion because you have a vision of where you're going. In addition, I want to throw out a plug for this. So you want to write a book. This is also a resource that's part of the Mind Capture Author and Speaker Club that you get. So if you need a copy of that, message myself or Kelsey Sanders and we'll get you a copy of this book. I call it my pandemic book. It came out in April of 2020, but it's still a very valuable resource that will help dive even deeper into these tips today. Take care, everybody, and have a great week. Bye-bye.